Set in the Styrian Hills, Spielberg is the setting for the Austrian Grand Prix, first held in 1970. And since being refurbished in 2011, the circuit is known as the Red Bull Ring.
But the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring is a phenomenal race. I mean, for us, it's our home race as the Red Bull team. The support, the patriotic feel that there is around the team in that Grand Prix weekend is fantastic. And not only that, it's a great event. You know, Red Bull know how to put on a show from the start of the weekend to the finish of the weekend for, you know, all the fans and families that are attending the race. It's a great show because it's not just about the Grand Prix, it's about everything else that's going on as well.
The track itself is a relatively short 4.3 kilometre layout with 10 turns, and 2017 will be the fourth race of the new era since the pits and the main grandstand were rebuilt. Its 3 long straights, 3 tight right-handers and twisty infield section will be a stern test for the RB13.
The track in Austria is very challenging. Whilst it's one of the shorter tracks on the calendar, it's quite a technical circuit, and I think to extract the most out of the car is pretty tricky around there. It's a heavily power-sensitive circuit, probably in the top 3 or 4 on the calendar in terms of where the engine plays such a key role. Right up there with Monza, you know, Montreal, probably even Azerbaijan as well. So yeah, that's a key element. Of course, the weather can play a factor. Up in the Austrian mountains there, the weather sometimes rolls in and can change very, very quickly. But such a picturesque, you know, backdrop, it's a great venue to be holding a Grand Prix at.
The last time Red Bull's 2 drivers were at Spielberg, they were in fact racing Aston Martins around the track and towing caravans. But the serious business of this year's F1 World Championship has been hard work for the team. They started behind Mercedes and Ferrari, but it's beginning to come right.
But the season is progressing. We started on the back foot. We weren't as competitive as we would have liked coming into the first Grand Prix. We had a few issues with correlation over the winter that didn't really get proven until we hit the test track. But I think really since Melbourne we've been developing the car very aggressively. Certainly since the Barcelona Grand Prix we've been putting, you know, performance onto the car and closing the gap to the opposition. So Barcelona, Monaco and Montreal, all races that we finished on the podium at. We've definitely been making, you know, forward steps, but still lots more to do.
An incredible victory for Daniel Ricciardo at the last round in Azerbaijan has given the team a major boost, while his teammate Max Verstappen was on the podium at the home race last year. This gives the boss plenty of encouragement as they arrive in Spielberg.
You're always dreaming of achieving the optimum. I mean, last year we managed to finish second in the Grand Prix there with Max, who was suitably dressed in lederhosen, you know, in his overalls. That was great to see one of our drivers on the podium at our home circuit. And of course, if we could repeat that, if we could get onto the podium this year at a circuit that doesn't play to our strengths, that would be just a fairy tale result for us.